And we're live. First letter of the alphabet is the aleph, and this is known as a signal letter, silent letter, which is not actually silent. The aleph and the ayin are not silent letters. The aleph makes a quick like ah. So aleph, aleph. The ayin is more of a from the back of your throat. Ayin, ah. So they definitely have their own sound and they do not sound alike. So that is your aleph. This is what it looks like. It's your first letter of the alphabet. It actually has a numerical value of 1. Guess I could have put that on the letters because I don't know them all. But don't worry about it. I'll take you 1 through 10. And so the second letter, and then if anytime, I'm sure you probably write this down. So if anytime I need to slow down or go back over anything, feel free to either raise your hand or say, Moray Tongue, could you please stop? You're going too fast. Can you go back 2 letters?
Yes, sir.
I have no problem with going back. But I know I talk kind of fast and I move fast, so I'm trying to work on that. My E-shot right here should tell me to slow down. So the next letter is your bait. So I also go over the fact that this is my disclaimer. I forgot, and I practiced this in my head to make sure I say this at the beginning of the class, and I didn't. So how we teach the language is from a biblical standpoint, more so the way our ancestors would have spoken it, to the best of the evidence that we've collected. And so in modern Hebrew, they have the bait and the vait using the V. It's not a V like f, more of a softer B sound. And I love the way Moray Ariel explains this. So Aki, if you could unmute your mic and explain the Bob scenario. Ariel, your mic muted.
He's probably busy. Looks like you got to reveal it, Moray.
Oh, that's funny. I thought you were saying for it. Okay, so the Bob scenario. So you take the name Bob. Let me write it out. See, can y'all see the bottom of here? Let me turn my camera down. Okay. So this letter would be this hard B. Buh. This letter would be this B without the dot. This dot is called a dagesh. Dagesh. That pretty much intensifies the sound of the letter. This is going to give you a hard B sound. Bob. That is your B without the dagesh. Soft B. So if you pay attention to how you say Bob, you don't pronounce this B the same way you pronounce this B. So this would have a dagesh, no dagesh. Hard B, soft B.
Thank you. Got it.
That is your bait and your soft B. So it's not a, it's not a, what do you call it, implosive sound. Same thing with your next letter, which is your Gamel. So a lot of beginner Hebrew speakers, I'll say that, don't know that it's a difference between the Gamel with the dagesh and the Gamel without the dagesh. So with the dagesh, you're going to make a hard g, Gamel, a hard G sound as a go. But the Gamel without the dagesh is more of a g, like a GH, like ghost. It's a good example I just came up with.
Yes, it was.
Did you? I was gonna say, did you hear that? That was the first time or two. So your dagesh and your Gamel is gonna make your hard G, g. Without the dagesh, I'll get into that in a minute, but it's funny. It's more of a GH, like a g.
You know what's interesting about the example you chose?
What's that?
When you think of a ghost, it's like wind. It's like,
Right.
That was a good. I like that. See, I like that, man. Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Bringing out the Hebraic thought, Shema, I heard
Yeah.
you. Okay, Coachy, did you have a question?
No, that was a great example. The soft G, the
Okay.
GH, kind of
Okay.
like goes like, I got it. That's good.
Right.
That was good.
Okay. Told her that was the first time and you got to witness it first.
All praises. I'm here
All
for
right. So with your fourth letter is your dalet. Dalet. So same thing. With your dagesh, it's a hard D. Dalet. Duh, 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 duh. So this is one that a lot of people don't know is well, a lot of beginners Hebrew speakers, let me say that. Even a lot of modern speakers don't use this rule because they are not modern techniques. Let me say that it's more biblical, like I said. If this is our ancestors' language, our point is to speak it as close to how our ancestors, spoke it, and bring our way of speaking the language back and not succumb to the Ashkenazi way of speaking it, which is kind of a more lazier way of speaking the language. So with the dalet, you have the duh, duh. Then without the dagesh, it's more of a the, kind of like you're saying the, like the is like a dh, kind of almost like a th sound, but not the, like you saying, like we say that over there, but more of a d th, So be like dalet. So
Okay.
if you
Good.
was putting your tongue, it would be like dalet, and dalet with the dagesh. Dalet without the dagesh. Just want to give you a visual. This
Yes.
letter. Go ahead. Oh, you back?
Likai.
Hey, shalom, Ariel.
So yes, it's very important to understand where these sounds come from in your mouth.
Okay.
It'll help you pronounce them. And I'm gonna dig up that video if I can find some.
I got it. I got it saved.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I got it
Fantastic.
saved.
This is just a good video to help with the pronunciation of the letters. And there are some charts that coincide. Is that video? Does that video have the actual point of articulation for each letters, the chart? I don't think that one does. I
he
think
don't
he
have a
just
chart
goes
on
on.
that one. No, he just giving a visual and the
Okay,
audio.
yeah. But yes, and that's just more technical stuff, but it just makes it easier to pronounce these properly if you know where they're coming from, per se.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to share that video right now to the messenger group. And I believe it went through.
Shalom for those of you that just came in.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, did anybody just come in? Is there anyone that needs to go over the Aleph Bet while I'm only on the fourth letter? I can start over if need be.
Cain.
All right. Zekabeta Komalita.
Cain.
Shalom, Makoti.
Shalom.
Baruch Haba, welcome.
Burkat.
Le Roshit Kita, to the beginners class. So the Aleph is the first letter, going back over everything from the top. Hebrew course reads from right to left, writing from right to left. The Hebrew alphabet, the Aleph Bet, consists of 22 consonants with 5 letters that double as a vowel. There are no actual vowel letters, but we have vowel markings, the nikudot. And FYI, the vowel markings are only in most majority, like biblical texts. If you go to the land of Israel, you will not see nikudot on any street signs or anything like that. The nikudot are pretty much like training wheels. That's what I look at as training wheels.
So in other words, build your vocabulary as much as possible if you plan to go to Israel.
Dang. Vocabulary is very important. I need to get back on my Unky app. I've been slacking. I ain't been on it probably. I don't even want to get on and look and see when the last time I've been on. I'm just gonna start over. Go look at the past. All right, so we have our first letter, the Aleph. The Aleph is frequently referenced as a silent letter that doesn't have a sound, but it actually makes like a quick, when you have a vowel. So say if it had a comates, I'll go over there later. If it have a comates, it'll be a quick ah, 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 ah. Or if it had a sego, eh, 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 eh. That's your Aleph, Aleph, Aleph. The next letter is your Beit. It can either be seen with the Dagesh or without the Dagesh. Again, modern Hebrew speakers, Ashkenazi speakers will pronounce this as a Beit. We don't do that. Hard B, soft B. Here's our Bob example. Maury, Ariel, since you present, do you want to go over the Bob scenario?
Okay. So a good Hebrew scholar, very fluent in the language, gave the example of the difference between bait with the dagesh and bait without a dagesh. So, of course, the dagesh just gives it a hard B sound, just like the first B in Bob. So, that's a hard B. Bob, 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 Bob. So that's called plosive, when the air has to explode basically from a hard stoppage to explosion. So plosive. So Bob. But that last B in Bob is kind of just hanging out there. You don't necessarily hear it very hard, especially if you think about if you're trying to yell for Bob and he's down the street, Bob, you don't really, that last B is not a plosive B. It's called a fricative B. So it happens when your lips or your labial vibrate. So if you think of it, it's not like a V sound, but it is a V. It's a soft B, a very soft B. So that's your bait and your bait, basically.
Dang. Told everybody, I love how you explain it. That's why I like when you do it. All right.
And the bottom.
That is your bait. Your next letter is your Gimel. Gimel. Which also has a dagesh. And so you'll notice, I'm just going to throw this in there right quick. You'll notice several letters have your dagesh. This is called your Bagad Kafat letters. Those are the 6 letters that hold what is called a dagesh linear, which makes the letters plosive. You say them hard. Bagad Kafat, that's what they mean. Bagad Kafat. That's just the acronym that sounds out, but it's just really these letters. The Beit, the Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Tau. So the Gimel makes a hard G. G, 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 G. Gimel with the dagesh. You do not see the dagesh present. It makes like a GH, like G, G, like ghost. G, 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 G. So in the importance in the sound, see, they'll say like a lot of the sounds, like the Samek, they'll say that's an S, the scene, that's an S. So, but if I was speaking, how would you know how to spell what I'm speaking if certain letters make the same sound? Doesn't make sense. I'll leave it at that till we get to it. So Your next letter, Dalet. Another one of the Begaka 5 letters with your dagesh makes a hard D. D, 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 D. Dalet. Without the dagesh, it makes like the, like placing your tongue between the back of your teeth, but not making them touch. So like the, dalet, 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 dalet. Dalet, with your tongue curled up like you say D. Dalet, with it kind of resting between, like if you was talking with a lisp, kind of sort of trying to say a D. Yeah, that's pretty much if you was trying to say a D talking with a lisp.
Bingo.
Yeah, it's stuff is just coming today, Ari. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling a little Einsteinish.
Come on, Einstein.
Feeling like a Hebrew genius.
That's because you showing out for the new people. That's what's happening. You showing out.
Hey, we keep going back to the beginning. I'm gonna come up with all kinds of good stuff.
That's right.
That's why we gotta meditate on the Torah day and night, because the more and more you do it, the more and more it becomes first nature, not second nature. So that's why we're supposed to do that. So if we do the same thing on the language, you apply the same. That's why the Torah is so important, because the application of it, you apply to everything else in your life, and you see it's the same thing with the language. Meditate on it and keep practicing it, you will master it. So,
Game.
fifth letter is the hey, which is a guttural. Salakli, well, we'll go over that later. Ariel, we'll let you go over that. We'll do a refresher on that at the end of class if we got time, on the gutturals.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So the hey, this is a guttural because kind of makes sounds coming from guttural, or sounds that come from the back of your throat. So hey, ha, 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 hey. Now sometimes you will see this with a dot in it, but it's not a dagesh. So I won't even go over that right now. This is going to give you a comparison to English. Oh, Salakli. So your Aleph, no English letter attached to it. Bait would be like your B. Gamel would be your G. Dalet would be your D. Now to the hey is your H. Hey, ha, ha, hey, which can also be doubled as a vowel. Sometimes it just holds a placeholder after the comments. It doesn't actually make a sound, it just assimilates with the vowel. It's your hey.
Like Todah.
Yeah, exactly, like Todah. You don't say Todah. It's just Todah with just the A at the end, but it's actually a hey at the end of the word. Or Torah. All right, your next letter is your wow. So if you deal with the modern, you will see this. They say that they call this a vav, or see, that's why I'm like, how you got two totally different letters that both make a V sound. But anyway, see, the wow, more of a W, wah, 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 wah. Gives you your W sound. This also doubles as a vowel. It can either take the place of an O, a U. That's it. So why is it three of them? But I was thinking of the vape. We don't do vapes. If you choose to do vape, I ain't gonna beat you up about it. I might smirk at you, but I ain't gonna beat you up about it. You look at Better Sheet. Better Sheet, I think it's 5 or 6, and you look for the name Ashkenaz, and you'll see whose descendant he is. So we don't want to speak like him. Next letter, Zayin. Zayin. This is your Zayin. Holds the Z sound. Z, 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 Zayin. Not to be confused with the Zadeh. We'll get to that when we get there. That is not a Z sound. Like they say Zion with a Z. No. That is Lonacron. That is Lonacron, not correct. Zion.
Okay.
Zion. Zion. Your next letter is your chet. Another guttural. Chet. Almost, this might seem kind of nasty. We got Akio on the phone. We got sisters on the phone, but kind of like you're trying to hawk up a loogie. Chet. Oh, no, not the throat. Straight throat fight. So that's you can't go to your throat. Chet. Now you'll notice this letter looks very similar to this letter. Do not get these confused. You'll notice your hey, this never touches. You should be able to see that this never touches. This touches. Open, close. Hey, can't. Both of those are gutturals.
So, Slikashi, the way I like to remember it and what worked for me and how I had it explained is the hey, is free flowing. That air flows right through where that hole is. You know what I mean? So it's that's free flowing air. The hit, as you see, is difficult to get air through there because it's closed up. So that's how you remember, the difference. They're both gutturals. They both come, from in your throat.
You know what's funny? How you explain that? That is beautiful. The hey, what you say is free flowing, it's open.
Free flowing, yeah. Hey.
That was genius. That was genius. Thank you.
Hey, the hit is closed. Closed. Hit.
Yeah, exactly. So you get and basically the functioning of your mouth and your throat in this process mimics these two letters. Your hey is your throat's open. Hey, free flowing. To make this guttural hit, you have to kind of close your throat. So you get hit. And they're both pronounced from the same place, just with a little difference because of the stoppage of air with the hit.
Okay. Beautiful explanation, Aki. Beautiful, beautiful.
Toda.
Next letter. Everybody good so far? Everybody caught up? I want to make sure I ain't going too fast.
Doing good. Thank you.
Torah. You better come leader. You good? Etoba. You good? You still here? And I'm going to take that as a cane. All right, next letter. Tet. So this goes with my letters don't make the same. So the tet, they'll say tet, like a T, tet, and towel. So if I was talking, how would I know the difference between the tet and the towel if both of them are two different letters and both of them make a T sound? That's because your tet actually makes the sound your T, 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 tet, tet, like you're curling your tongue up, tet, tet, coming from the roof of your mouth, saying a T. So it's not like the towel where your tongue rests behind your teeth, saying a T. You curl your tongue to the roof of your mouth, tet, 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 not tet. Can y'all hear the difference? Tet, tet. So if I was to say tobe, I really wouldn't pronounce it as tobe. It will be pronounced dobe, 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 okay, dobe. I've been practicing on my tets like saying thank you. That would be a thou actually. So that would be incorrect. So I should say do, or I'm talking. Kind of how Arabic say their T's
Okay.
when they're speaking in English anyway. Are you talking to me? That.
Yep, that's
That.
it.
That. Why are you talking to me like that?
Good example.
That. To, oh no, that's Toda. I was going to say Toda, but that's a towel. Toda. I'm in dead mode. All T's get a dead. Okay, so the next letter.
That
Yod.
mode.
Dead mode. The next letter is a yod. This also doubles as a vowel. Yod, gives you your Y sound. Or it can be attached to a vowel, and when it does attach to a vowel, it's called a diphthong, and it pretty much lengthens the sound and gives you a E on the end of it. A, I, E, oi, ui. Those are just diphthongs I was going through, but they all have a yod, and that's when the yod acts as a vowel. It's another letter. So far you have your wow, your hey, your wow, your yod that doubles as a vowel, along with your aleph and your ayin, of course.
Can you repeat those again? The ones that you said double
The
the
double
vowel?
as a vowel,
Yes,
your ayin, your aleph, your
Aleph.
hey,
Mhm.
your hey, your wow,
Vowel.
yod,
Yod.
and your ayin. Ayin,
Ayin.
ayin. King, Torah. No, Slutly, and Beria. Okay, so this next letter is your kaf. So we picking up the habits now. So your dagesh is going to make this closer. So it's going to be a
Hold on
k.
1 second, Moray. Someone
Uh-huh.
asked, can you repeat what you said before you went to the cop? When you was talking about the
about the letters doubling as vowels.
yeah, I'm guessing that's what they were asking. Yes, she said. Or
Okay, hey, hold on. I'm going to write them down as a matter of fact. Aleph, hey, wow, yod, ayin. All double as vowels. Somebody can screenshot that. Chee.
Got it.
Okay. So with your kaf, with the dagesh, you got your hard K, and key. So without your dagesh, it makes like a K8 sound, like not like not like the but just a like bach. What kind of word is that? Shema, you know, Ariel, is that a German?
Yeah, Bach. Bach is German.
Like BOCH.
Yeah, Bach is German. Just again, this is why it always helps to know, excuse me, where these sounds are pronounced. Your het is guttural. The kaf is pronounced differently. It's a K versus the het being a hey. You know,
Right.
the het is would be like in the H class.
Right.
So so that's would be considered almost like an H. The kaf is more like a K in king. So all you're getting here is kind of a guttural K. So it's still a K. So it's, it's still a, as in lekha or lach or see lach. So lach versus ah.
Right.
Can y'all hear the difference?
Okay.
Can you repeat that one?
Sure. So lach, that would be to you, masculine, lach. And then ah, and that's, brother. But the first one's a kaf, and the other one's a chet. Kaf, chet, kaf, chet.
Okay. So that's your dagesh with dagesh, you got your hard K, k, k. Without the dagesh, k, 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 k. And this is your Sophie, final letter. You will only see this form at the end of a word. Beginning or middle, it will be one of these two. 9 times out of 10, it won't be this one unless that's a dagesh forte. This normally is only at the beginning of a word because that's how dagesh lineage work. They're only at the beginning of a word. This is your final letter. So, just to give an example, so you say halak.
Low.
What you say?
Tanakh.
Tanakh. Okay. What? How you spell Tanakh? It's an acronym.
I know. It's like I did it on purpose, but yeah, the style. Yep. Do anybody know what it means? I had told somebody this other day. They was like, I did not know that. Do you know what the Tanakh, the acronym of that stands for in Hebrew? You all?
Somebody give it to me in Hebrew.
Somebody. You got some scholars on the line.
I got nothing.
That's good. I'm actually glad that no one knows because now you'll be able to tell people. So you have the Tao represents the Torah, right? First 5 books. Then you have Nevi'im, which that's the prophets, and then Kotevim, which is the writings. So the writings is like Psalms and Proverbs. Then of course you know what the prophets is. So that's how you get the acronym of Tanakh.
What you mean?
And if you look at the last one that he wrote, the Kotevim, it has a cough right there, but since it's the last acronym, you have the HFC.
Okay.
So there you go. Tanakh. So when people say, and this is another thing you can learn, or you can add to yourself. When people say, yeah, I'm into the Torah and the Tanakh. it's the Tanakh. The Tanakh is all of them.
Okay.
The Torah, Nevi'im, and the Kotevim. It's all of them.
Okay.
I just be quiet sometimes. People say that because I don't be wanting to hurt nobody. Some people get mad when you correct them. But the Tanakh represents all 3 of them.
Okay. Okay. Because if you have a Tanakh, you'll see it's broke down in 3 different sections. Torah, your Nevi'im, your Ketuvim. All right, so where was we at? Oh, Lamed. It's going to give you your L sound. Lamed, Lamed, Lamed. Has no Sophie. Does not carry a dagesh lineage. There are 2 types of dagesh, by the way. Dagesh Linne and the Dagesh Forte, which we'll get to that at a later date, but just putting it out there. So some letters you will see a dot in it, and it's not a Dagesh Forte. I mean Dagesh Linne. So you can see this with a dot in it. Matter of fact, in Tehillim, it has a dot in it. Or Tefillah. Lamed. La. Next letter, you have your mem. Gives you your M sound. Mem. And that's funny that this is how you spell mem. Got a mem and then a mem sofit. This is the beginning or the middle of a word. This is your sofit, final form, if it's at the end of a word. So literally, how to spell the word mem. Mem. And it holds the regular and the sofit. Which is the reason why, so if you were spelling shalom, you would not have wrong. Sophie.
Where was the Dagesh on mem?
Well, it's not a Dagesh on me. I'm not a Dagesh Linne. So it's just the regular form, which will be in the beginning or the middle of a letter, word, or your final form, your Sophie, which will be at the end of a word. But no Dagesh Linne on this one.
When you spell mem, the aleph, the
Oh, that was you talking about the dots under the bottom. That was a sego, but we'll get into that on the Nikudo.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, load the bar. So the next letter, your mem, ma. Oh, next letter is your noon, n. You have your regular form. Looks like a short-armed cough. Got your regular form, and you'll notice the top is curved, bottom straight. Your final form it drops below the line. It looks like the wow, but it's longer. It drops below the writing line. So does your cough, below the writing line. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do my Zadeh Sophie. Noon gives you your N sound.
More
Next
they
letter.
done.
Okay.
It's a glare right where you wrote that Sophie
Sade.
Sade at. Yeah, can't see that.
That's probably that color too.
You go have to write it down there. Just erase the shalom. You go have to write it down there.
I wonder if I do it in brown when it might have been that color.
I think it was just a placement.
Right.
No,
You still get.
Okay.
that glare is just killing me.
Yeah,
bro.
that glare is
Oh.
right there.
Oh, I see. What light is that? Hold on. I don't know.
Bang. There it is.
Okay, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, we dealt with him last time. That's the 5 bulb chandelier. He likes to shine bright like a diamond. Got to put him in his place sometimes. Telling me doing too much. All right, so where we at? The Samek. So the Samek is not just a S like your sin. Seen. Is it sin or is it seen? And I finding the code on there. I need to get my book. Samek is more like another sound like a lisp, like you're saying S with a lisp. Samek. A great example I like to use is when the Ephraimites was coming to, what tribe was that? They was in the Southern Kingdom. I can't remember exactly what tribe it is. But when they was asking him, was he from Ephraim? And he was like, no. And they said, say Shabbat with a sheen. Well, if you look at it in the Hebrew, people were like, well, oh, he just couldn't say the SH, he said it with an S. Well, they didn't put a scene. It's spelled with a Samek, letting you know that most likely that region talked with a lisp. If your parents talk with a lisp, and that's who teaches you how to speak 9 times out of 10, you're going to talk with a lisp because that's how you was taught to speak. So if you have a nation of people that's talking like that, most likely that whole region is like a dialect. So they obviously couldn't say the sheen. They said Samet or Sabado versus Shabado. So the scene, the Samet is like a lisp. S. Samek.
Moray, I got a word for them for that.
Okay.
And it's a perfect word to me because we say it as though we're saying it with a sin.
What's that?
Oh,
I know what you're going to say. What you going to say? Oh, who?
Beseder.
All right, Beseder. Okay.
Beseder. It has a lisp S right there. Can you write it out for them?
I was just about to do that.
So this is the word that we use when we say okay or fine, and that Sadik right there, most of us say it with Beseder, but it's really Beseder. And you heard my list when I said it.
Beseder. Okay. So that's your Samek. Now to the next quote unquote silent letter that's not silent. This is a guttural that makes its own distinct sound, does not sound anything like the Aleph. Iron. Ariel, can you hit that iron? Are you there? You know there?
Put him on the spot.
I know every time I try to do it. Every time I try to do it, he's there. I'm gonna stop putting him on the spot.
Saliha.
Oh, there he goes.
I was talking to my Isha.
Oh.
So yes, what are we on? Infamous Iron.
Okay.
So yeah, Samek, one of my favorite letters because you get to get your Sylvester the Cat on. Anybody watch cartoons? You know what I'm talking about. That's how you pronounce that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but yes, Iron is one of those super gutturals. A lot of people find it difficult to pronunciate, but it's not as hard as it seems. It just takes a little practice. It's basically just the stoppage of air. If you think about when you go to the doctor and they say, they hold a little popsicle stick up to your tongue and say, oh, your tongue out, and farther, more open above, you want to go, ah, that's iron. That's the sound that iron makes. So adding that with vowels and things gets a little tricky, but that's the basic mechanics of it. So again, knowing where this sound comes from makes it easier to pronounce. But that's iron. Iron.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
Iron.
Get to the chop off. That's all. It's that easy.
Okay, Toda Uba.
And the butt.
So now for your pay or fay. So with the pay, it's a hard t. The fay, most modern speakers would pronounce this as an F. It's more so like a PH, like Joseph. So if you notice, without the digestion, it's pretty much kind of like adding an H to that where it's saying it's softer. F, f.
Yep,
That's
just
why. Go
fleet.
ahead.
I'm sorry. It just think of it just like the bait is
Mm-hmm.
basically the same mechanics. It's not a so not a hard stoppage of airs. So it's just making a real soft P, and you just let your lips vibrate. Basically, that's it.
Yourself.
Yeah, Yosef. Yosef.
And I'm not even using the F when I do that, by the way, y'all. I'm
Yosef.
actually doing just a P. So a real
Right.
soft one, yourself.
Right, Yosef.
Okay. And this, of course, is your Sophie final form. And I think that was Ariel one time. That was you that was talking about your Sophie forms where it just seemed like you're just straightening the bottom leg out.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah,
if you look
that's
at your
excellent.
Sophie forms, except for the mem, basically.
Right.
But all of the other ones is just basically taking the bottom piece of it and straightening the line, making a straight line. All of them, they just make a straight line with it. Yep.
Yep. So it's not like, you're not finishing it out, just going down like, oops.
Right. Exactly.
Somebody called your name and you didn't get the
Huh? What you say?
oops.
Can't call my name.
So this is your final form. If it's at the end of the word, this is your pay, fe, fe, fe. Without a dagesh, with the dagesh. Final form. Giving you your P or PH sound. That's notice why I always, when I transliterate like cough, spell it with PH. PH. Cough. PH. Cough, cough, cough. So your next one is your zade, zade, zade. So it's like, so if you're saying like streets, the last, that's this letter. Sade, sade. Some people put, I use a TZ, that's just me. Some people say TS, same difference. That's just transliteration. That's
Now, I think it's important that you use a TZ, and this is just my humble opinion.
okay.
But I believe the correct pronunciation of the Zade is a combination of the Tau
Mm-hmm.
and
Zion.
the Zion. Yes, so Zade. Yeah, Zade. So
Well, see, I knew I was doing it like that for some reason.
that's just my opinion, because that's what
Mine too.
it truly sounds like to me. It's
Okay.
just looking at this particular alphabet that we have in front of us and seeing that this is sort of a combination of two consonants. Which two consonants makes the most sense? And to me, it's the
Tower design.
I don't know, maybe I don't know if you can get a tet or tet in there in a Zion,
No, not with how the tit is pronounced.
Friday, I don't know.
Well, that's
Friday, yeah.
Friday. That's
I
I
don't know.
will say this though, for those listening, it's not Zion, by the way. Just so you all know.
No.
I don't even know why, like the infamous Zion Lex call himself Zion Lex, but it's Sion. Sion. That's how you actually say it, Sion. It's not Zion, but it's Sion.
Yes, because it's spelled with the Zade.
Not.
Yeah, not Zion. Oh, Zion, yeah.
Sion. That's how it's correctly pronounced. That's your Sade. 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 And this is your final form. Like say, it looks like his leg just straight down. Sade. Next letter is your kof. Kof. You can hear how I'm sounding it. Kof. Kof. Kind of like you're saying a K while swallowing. Kof. Kof.
Mm-hmm.
Kof. Kof. Not to be pronounced like cough. Kof. 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 Kof.
And for those that's listening, I know some of this stuff sounds technical, but this is what separates dialect. You know,
Hey.
it's like a few different type of dialects within the modern Hebrew speakers, but they don't operate as we're doing here. Well, actually, they do when they're reading in the synagogue or something. You know, they actually, but and like he said, they become lazy in everyday speech. But every letter has a different sound. No one letter makes the same sound. Same with the vowel points when we get into that. Just want to know that.
Okay, so that's your kof, 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 kof. Giving you kind of like a Q sound. Now you will hear some pronounce it like qua, 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 which I do too. Some words it just helps me distinguish the Q from the K, the kof, kof. I've been trying to work on just kof, kof, but just out of habit, sometimes you will hear me say qua. Quof, quof. It's kind of a quof, 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 but quof, quof, not a hard QU like a QW. Quof, quof. So your next letter, resh. Very simple. So simple it looks like the sound it makes just backwards in the mirror. Look like a backwards R. It's gonna give you an R sound. R, r, resh. R, 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 resh.
This particular letter is sometimes considered a guttural.
Okay. Why is that?
Because of where it's actually pronounced from, it is kind of pronounced in your throat.
Right.
Fresh. Yeah, so it's kind of back there.
Kind of like the hey, not just really hard.
Fresh.
Oh, because I can kind of feel the restriction even when I'm saying it. Fresh. Okay.
And this is why also it's not like Spanish. You got some people that
hard roll,
that do it with a hard roll like Spanish, which we all love the Spanish language. Well, some of us do. I know I do. But the resh is just it's like a slight roll. It's not like a. It's also. Oh, she left. I was gonna have her do it, but it's different. I don't know if any one of you all can do the Spanish resh. Do the Spanish roll.
Not like a but
totally different. Yeah.
Resh, not resh, like ruffles out rages, but.
I
don't know where it comes from. Yeah, but not that one. More so resh.
Not that one.
Yeah, not the resh. Like a resh.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to start your car, but it's cold outside.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. When I learned that it wasn't really like a Spanish R, I used to get discouraged in the beginning. I'm like, man, I can't hit all my R's right here. But then I found out that they were supposed to be that way, so I was actually doing it the right way anyway.
Right. Made you pleased with your.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mazel tov.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Wait. Okay. All right. Everything good on my screen? Okay, Okay, so this next letter, or letters, you have your sheen and your seen. This is Kepsiba Razaya gave us a little tip on how she learned it, which I thought was pretty good. Your sheen, your dot is gonna be on your right side at the top. Seen is gonna be on your left. How you can remember it is because sin is never right. You got your sheen on your right, seen on your left side.
That was good.
Cane.
That was
Sin is never right. So you know if it's on the right side, it ain't an S. It's a sheen. It's seen, not to be mixed with your simic, seen. Two different sounds. It's going to give you your S, SH, sheen, seen. Clear S sound. In your last letter, which no one likes to follow these rules, no matter how much I try to force it down y'all throat. So you have your towel and you have your thou. With the dagesh, which is one of the Begad Kafats, and just like every other letter with the dagesh, the one without it, you add a H, just like your thou. And so, I love giving examples. Well, I ain't gonna give this example, then I'm gonna have to hear more in Shema. Let me give you another example.
Go ahead and get an example of your name. I know that's what you're about to do.
Low. No, I'm gonna give another one everybody knows. Shabbat.
Because we both doing the same thing. You know, we know how our name's supposed to be pronounced,
Right,
but we
right.
do that elsewhere.
That's why I put that
person
dagesh. That's why I put that dagesh in there.
Only person I know pronounce my name the way it's supposed to be is Ariel. I be ignoring them though. See, yeah.
Oh, that was me. I feel good that you thought that was him. No, that was good. That was good.
Oh, I thought that was him. Well,
I know that was me. That was good. So,
but don't call me that, y'all. It's Shema.
So you have your Patak Shabbat. This is the reason. Oh, and this actually has a dot, which doubles the letter. So this is why they spell it. And I don't know why they spell it with an S instead of a C. Transliterated, it is pronounced like this. Shabbat. Shabbat. With the TH. Okay, and since he was, my name pronounced Eitan, but technically, I guess I ain't follow my own rule. Eitan, which is where you get the English name Ethan.
That's right, Ethan. That's right.
I almost said shut up, Maurice. You making me be rude. And we record, we try to have evidence too.
It's recorded. They know now. Everybody's going to see what they're supposed to call you and me.
So, like with the Dagesh, you have Toda. Now you heard some quote unquote paleo speaking Hebrews that say Toda, but it actually has a Dagesh in the town. Toda.
Oh, they do. They say Tawada, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Even when they're trying to go with the paleo, which I'm not knocking them,
Right.
they still doing the T wrong. So those supposed to put the H.
Right. So it really should be Tawada.
Right.
Guess that don't sound as cool though. But so there's your Hebrew Aleph Bet. Aleph, do the Tau. Tau. Tau, Tau. All right. So everybody got this? You want to take a picture? Y'all good? I know we've been in class for about an hour now. Y'all good? I want to stretch y'all brains out. Cool, right quick. Y'all good?
good, Moray. Thank you.
So do y'all want to keep going or y'all want to stop? I'm a class participant.
You sound far away.
Yeah, I walked away.
Oh.
I need you. I returned. Oh, that should be actually T. No, shouty. Because that's one of them rules where the vowel drops out. I gotta look that up. So, if y'all want to, I can take a picture of this. If y'all want to call it a Lila, or y'all want to go over it, y'all let me know. Students.
Oh, yes, would definitely love to go over it.
Hey, let's go. Nikudot.
Let's go.
This is your vowel markers, your vowel markings. This is those dots that was under the words that we was writing out. So, okay, so I'll use this as my example board. Okay, so okay. All right, so I'm gonna start off. Got a label kind of like your English voweling system, A, E, I, O, U, and then we have the Shewa. So, what is considered your A-class vowels? Your comates. I have the long vowels at the top, short vowels at the bottom. They have long vowels and short vowels, and this makes a difference because of these two different kinds of Shewa. You have your vocal and you have your silent. That determines whether the vowel is preceding it is a long vowel or a short vowel. Shewa is following a long vowel is vocal. That's why I got that at the top with your long vowels. Shewa following a short vowel, silence. You do not pronunciate it. It's a syllable stop. So your first long A-class vowel. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So you have your comments. So under a letter, it will look like that. That's going to give you your ah sound, as in father. Ah, ah, ah. Not a quick ah, ah, ah. Long sound. Ah, father. You don't say father, father, ah, ah. So comments. Long. Comments is a long vowel. Ah. So if you was to have, so let me give you, excuse my writing in the air. To, da. This is that, hey, what I was saying, use as a vowel, it's not pronounced, followed by, pretty much, this is a combination, actually. It's called your comments, hey, making your ah sound, ah. To, da, ah. That's your comments. Next, Nakud is your patak. Now, most modern speakers do not distinguish the difference in the patak or the comments. They will say both of them make an ah sound. And the interesting thing is, even if you have it in a book, it'll have ahs and father, and then it'll have ah, and then it'll say back, but it'll say ah. That don't make sense. But anyway, it makes an A
Makes
sound like
no sense at all. No sense.
like, right? Like, how's it ah, but you got that?
When I first started studying myself, I saw that and I was confused. But I
Right.
just did what they said. I was like, okay.
Like, so it's supposed to be bots? I was like,
Right.
like that. But it's an ah sound, like bat, ah, patat. So that looks like a little minus sign, ah. So this makes a difference because of this word right here, which we all say this word incorrectly. This word normally pronounced is, if I spell it in English, you'll know what it is. Okay, Akoti, how would you say that?
Alicia, Achot, Alicia.
Oh, okay, me. Okay. Can I see it again?
You see it?
No. Okay, yes, I see it now. Ru-
So have you ever seen this word before? Have you ever seen
Ruach.
somebody use this word? Huh?
Ruach. Ruach.
Ruach,
Okay.
right. So that actually has a patak. So it should be pronounced ruach.
Mm-hmm.
Ruach. That's why they don't distinguish the difference between the patak and the kamates. This would be, I don't even know how you would do that. Wow.
What's that?
How you would spell out ruach? Because
Put a AH. Whenever I have a comment,
no. I'm talking about how would you write that in Hebrew with the kamates. You can't even do that.
Maybe if you put a
You would have to do like,
can you put the comments on it? You can't put the comments underneath a chet, can you?
nope. That's why I say you would have to do like ruach. Spell like,
That's actually how some people spell it too. The
I
paleo
know,
people.
okay, but you
Ruach.
would have to put two vowels.
Yep.
You would
Weird.
have to have the shuru with the next, this is a vowel, then a consonant with the kamates.
Mm-hmm.
So that, right.
Y'all know I'm lost.
So,
He said, that's how I feel right now.
so that's your ah and your ah. Kamates, patak.
That's that.
Okay, and it's because it's spelled,
That's that.
I actually put it in the group messenger too, Achot, so you can screenshot it. Save it.
patak.
Oh,
So
thank
you got your
you. Got
kamates,
it.
patak. You got your thou, patak with your kit.
Screenshot.
Yeah, I put it in the messenger. I don't know if you
Okay.
heard me on that. Yeah, put the not the one that you're doing now, but the one that we be passing out to people.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. So the next, your shortest A-class vowel is your katef patak. And so that's when you'll see a patak with a shewa. You notice I have, and can y'all see this writing on this board? Kind of wrote it
Yes.
small. Okay, so I put a UH like but it makes the A sound like in assume. This makes the A sound in assume. So, like if you have a chet with the chatef patak, that makes ch. Oh, I don't know if you see my bad. So that would be ch. Makes a sound like in assume. Still considered an A-class vowel. It's the shortest A-class vowel. The chatef patak makes a sound like in assume.
Makes sense.
So, moving to your E-class vowels, or what are known as E-class vowels. The first one, which of course is your long one, zere. Be two horizontal dots. Make your A sound like saying, hey, A, zere. And if you pay attention, the names of the nikudot have the sound in them. You have your ka mates making your ah, patak making your sound, zere making your A sound, either AY, EY, but it just depends on, how you spelling it. That's not, there's no really, well, they have certain systems, but it's not really a specific way to transliterate. It's just, as long as it's phonetically, you can detective phonology, by your writings. So your ZA, making your A sound. Then you have your sego, which is a short E class sound. It's ZA with a little dot. I call it the upside down triangle. Remind me of a pool rack with only 3 balls in it. Make sure sound like in bits. Sego. Sego. And so these X's is not a letter. They're just like a placeholder, just acting as a letter.
Can you write out an example
I was
for
just
me?
saying,
You know what I'm about to use, right?
no, which what? My.
What's our titles? And how do people say it
Oh,
compared
okay, got you.
to how it's supposed to be said?
Got you. Okay. Good one.
Yeah, like they would pronounce it with a tere.
So most people pronounce the word more. They say more, like it's a zere, like it's like this, but it's not. It's not more. It's a sego, more, which means teacher.
More.
Sego, hey, more.
That was perfect right there.
Hey,
And trust me, we had to once me,
right.
and Ariel came together, and we like, wait a minute.
Right.
It just changed a whole lot of words, the ruach,
Right.
roeh, rotse,
Right, not road safe. People say road safe.
It just changed a
But
lot
you
of
know
things.
why though? Because unless you really focus on distinguishing the difference, and that's why a lot of the Ashkenazi modern speakers is more of a lazy speech, because some of them don't even distinguish the difference between the segol and the zere, just like they don't between the comments and the patak, because they say it so fast, it sounds the same. So hey, what the heck?
Right.
It's like one of those. I know what you meant, but if you're telling me to spell a word and you say it like that, you say it wrong, I'm gonna think you're using a zere instead of a sego. So it's not the same. So it really makes a difference in your phonology, how you pronunciate the nikudo. So sego, eh. So you have a katef sego, which is look like remind me of a domino, kind of sort of all the dots, but it's a sego with a shewa. This just makes a quick eh. So like in okay, so let me see. So
right now.
this right here is gonna be the difference between both of them right next to each other. Call them segos. Se. That's the word asa, but se. Se. Quick eh. And this means I will do, is what that word is, or I will make. So it's just a quick eh. That's the regular sego. Hatef sego. Se. Se. So it's a quick eh. That was the only thing I could think of right quick. So those are your E-class vowels. For your I-class vowel, you have your hidik yod, which is a combination of 2 letters or a vowel in a letter. And this is what I was talking about, where your yod can double as a vowel. So, wow, that's crazy. Just like with this, the modern speakers will say both of these sound just the same. Both of them make a long E sound that is incorrect. With the yod, this makes an E. So if
Isha.
beautiful. Got you.
Dora.
Got you. Yafe. All right. These two words, man, woman. This is pronounced, we all pronounce this right, ish.
Ish.
But most of us say isha. If you see your Hittite by itself, without the yod, see this one has a yod following it. Isha. I mean, ish. This, the Hittite by itself with no yod makes the I sound like it hits. So this should be pronounced
Isha.
isha, not isha, because it's no yod. If it was a yod, that would be isha, but it's not. It's isha. So your Hittite yod makes a long E. This is your long vowel. E, like in B. That's what I was going to actually. That would be B in Hebrew.
B.
So that's your Hittite yod. Without the yod, that would be. Well, I ain't gonna do that anyway. Okay. Okay. Next, you got your cholam, which gives you your O sound. So the cholam can be written. This is called defective writing, right? And this is where if your level, your letter has a dot to the top left side of it, unless it's a sheen. Now, if it's a sheen, you'll see, a seam, you'll see something like this, but they'll be very close together. They almost look like they're on top of each other, like that. That's how you know there will be an S making a O, so saying so. But any other letter,
So my.
who?
So my.
So my. What's that?
So what?
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Forgive me. Salachli.
Hey, load the boy, because you got me. I was over here like, so my. It's like that one time Mahuba was talking about, babe, my teeth. I was like, my teeth. I was like, what? My what? I was like, what? My teeth. I was like, what are you trying to say? She was like, my tea on the stove. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, my bad, it was boiling over. I'm trying to speak Hebrew. I'm like,
Man.
so this is two ways to write the cholam. You have your cholam defective writing, where it's to the left. Then you have your cholam wow, where you have a dot over your wow and it looks like a lowercase I. So both of these make an O sound, like in no.
No.
So that would be, or no.
No.
So you can see it like this, or actually that wouldn't be correct. It would be like this. Just over the letter itself to the left side. Or you would have, well, the X is just a placeholder, so that's how it will be. No, either like that, no, or no, either one of those.
No.
But the way to say no in Hebrew is actually low. So you got your dot to the top left side of the lamed. Then your aleph is assimilating the sound of the cholam, low, meaning no. This is how you would be saying it if you was transliterating the English word no, but in Hebrew it is low.
Low. Got it.
Okay.
Low.
And that's your cholam wow. Now, you have two more O-class vowels that use the chametz, which is an A-class vowel. So you have your chametz, your hatef chametz, which is this. making like in bought, ah, like bought, ah. Now that's a pretty simple one because you know if you see that little T with the colon next to it, that's what the schwa looks like, a colon. You know that makes the like bought,
But, ah,
ah, ah, ah, ah. So this next one is more complicated. I'm gonna write it down, but trust me, we'll go over it again. We probably went over this Kame Tattoo probably like 7 times already, and I guarantee we'll go over it again because it's just gonna take repetition. So that one looks like this. Looks just like this.
mhm.
The difference is the lettering. So remember, the Hebrew letter is made out of consonants. So it's called a consonant vowel consonant that is unstressed. Stressed is just like, so you'll see some words. I'm just gonna put the stress mark on there. So that will be like a stress marker or accent marker. What that means is you pronounce this word not with force. So the rule of thumb is basically the last syllable, and this would be a syllable because you have to. It's a two-syllable word, to, da. So you say to da, to da. So the stress part normally goes on the last syllable of the word, to da. So that's what stress is. So when you have what is called a C, oh, why did I write that backwards?
Ooh,
CVC. That's
consonant, vowel, consonant.
K. Oh, you knew that.
You said it, yes, sir.
Oh,
I was listening.
I was like, oh, okay. So, it's going to give you the sound of all, like all. So, this is a word I like to use because this is one of the most frequently used kamets hatu. So this word right here is always followed with a mepek because it's normally with the word pair. So like if I was to say Corleone. So most people would see this and pronounce this with the ah, like call. But because this is a consonant, okay, I see I got it resting on my leg. Hold on, let me put this up here. Let's get them. Okay, so you have the consonant, vowel, consonant. No stress. So if this had a stress on it, this will be pronounced call because you have a stress, but you will never see a stress on this word. Because this word by itself, this is kind of being used in the word pair, call yon, which means all day. Call yon. So if you see this word by itself, it will be spelled like this. Remember, that's your colon, cold.
Cool.
So this is still assimilating the same sound, call yon, even with the kamates, but because there's no stress on the consonant, vowel, consonant, it's a kamates hatuf, making it sound call. And it sounds like all, call, all. And call actually means all.
Cool.
So if you say like call to means all good.
Cool.
So that is your rule with your comments hatuf. So the last vowel, you got your U-class vowels. You have your shuruk, shurek. So I'll be pronouncing that shuruk, but it's really pronounced shurek. I was looking at the spelling of it. Shurek. So, give you an example. This is a letter. It's another place where the vowel acts as a vowel. It's going to make your ooh sound, as in food. Ooh, ooh.
Mm.
So, here goes the word, what I just said a few minutes ago. Shu means to return. A lot of people don't know. It's funny. I was on a post the other day, and somebody was like, what does it mean to repent? You know, he was talking about confess your sins, ooh, you know, all this, you know. Well, if you look at majority of the time when it's referring to repenting in the Tanakh, it uses this word, shu, which means to return or to turn back. So the idea of repenting is to turn back to that which we're supposed to be doing and turn away from that which we're not supposed to be doing. The word shu as a shuruk, shurek. Shurek.
See, man, now I'm gonna start thinking about Shrek. I'm used to seeing Farouk.
Donkey.
Of course you a lady dragon.
So that's your shurek. So your other one is your kibbutz. So kibbutz, and I'll put this back up for, you know, so you can take a screenshot of the chart if you haven't already with everything on it. So that is going to be your,
Would it be a kibbutz instead of boots? Butts?
actually it's spelled kibbutz with the shurek. It's spelled like this.
That's cool. That's crazy.
I know, right?
I thought they all supposed to give off the sound that it's supposed to make.
Yeah, that's what I thought too until I looked at it, pronouncing it kibbutz, until I looked at it, but it's spelled like that.
That's probably why they make that have the same sound as the charrette.
Right. I was thinking about that too.
I'm gonna say butts.
Yep. So if you have the 3 dots going down, wait. I can do better than that. Okay, there we go. Like the 3 on the domino. 3 blank. This makes your sound like input or look. Uh. It's your kibbutz.
Sound like E40. I don't know none of his songs. All I know is the I promise I don't know those songs.
This is a short vowel. The shuderet is your long vowel. Your kibbutz is your short vowel. So now you have your shewa. Shewa is infamously known as a syllable marker. So normally with the shewa, you have 2 kinds of shewa. You have your vocal, you have your silent. So you cannot tell which is one by this because both of them are exactly the same. Both of them look like that. The difference is, this is why I've been talking about long vowels, short vowels. So here go a word everybody knows. Mish
You be
Paka.
you be impressing me, Moray. You be impressing me.
What?
How you be memorizing all of the vowel points on the words, every
Oh.
word.
Mish Paka. So, this is a shiwa. This, because the hirik by itself, remember, is a short vowel. So anytime a letter holding a shiwa is following a short vowel, it is silent, meaning it's a syllable stopper. So if you break this down, this word down in syllables, and let me write it out a little wider. Wait, I don't know why I wrote the letter bigger. There we go. Hold on. So, syllable, syllable, 3-syllable word. So, rule of thumb, that means your accent will be here. Mishpacha, mishpacha, accent on the cha. Mish, syllable stopper, because it's a following short vowel. So mish, meaning it's silent because you're not pronouncing. So anytime you have a shiwa, well, I'll get to that in a second. So this is your silent shiwa. Mish, the syllable stops at the shiwa, and it starts over. Pa, pa, cha, mish, pa, cha. Most people say mish, pa, cha, but it's pa, cha because it's a patek. So now here is a word that has a vocal shiwa. So vocal shiwa can happen on the 2 occurrences. Bereshit. Be. So vocal shiwa is going to make a quick, like not like a eh, because sometimes, a lot of times we pronounce it eh, but that really makes it sound like a sego. So it's really like bereshit, like a quick bereshit, bereshit. Vocal, be. So, let me find a word where it's vocal in the middle. My word. So this word, most people, most modern speakers that don't distinguish between the vocal and the shiwa, the vocal and the silent shiwa, according to the long or short vowel rule, will pronounce this as a silent shiwa, nam. But because kamates is a long vowel, it's aminam, aminam, not amnam, aminam. You vocalize the shiwa because it's following a long vowel. That's
Another
in the
one
middle of the word.
another one you could use is the U that we figured out the other,
Right,
few weeks ago.
right. Super just recently. Otka. We normally pronounce this as otka, but it's otka, otka, otka. Vocal shiwa, because the kolam is a long vowel. Otka, not otka, otka.
You go to Israel, you're gonna hear that otcha.
Okay.
You're not gonna hear
They're
otcha.
gonna barely pronounce that tau because it's gonna assimilate with this vowel, with this syllable, because that's one syllable. Ot. But it's not. This is actually the syllable because this is vocal. Vocal always starts a syllable. So this will be the syllable breakdown. Oteka, oteka. Because it's following a long vowel. So long vowel, vocal. Short vowel, silent. What are the long vowels? Kamates, zere, hidikyo. Short vowels, pepe, sego, hidik. And kibbutz, long vowel, shuru. Oh, that was ugly. These are your long vowels. These are your short vowels.
That look like you got 4 dots underneath the last, but we know that's the silent, right? I say you put 4
I'm
dots
gonna
over
draw all capitalized uppercase. Silence. So those are your 2 kinds of shiwa. And this is your Nikudot chart. Also, these are well, this wouldn't even be considered in a shiwa type situation because that would make it wouldn't be consonant vowel consonant if the next word after the combination two, if the next letter had a shiwa. And neither does the comments, the Khatuf comments. I don't even think you could, I've never even seen that. A letter right after following a letter with the Khatef comments with the Shiwa. Like if it was like this.
It just got super bright. Oh, there we go. There we go.
That was that light, that was that Moshe. See that orb.
It's big and bright.
So I've never seen that combination.
What's that? Which one?
Comment, the comment following the Shua.
Oh no,
So
no, I never saw that.
Short, but I've never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that would be an occurrence. If it is, very rare. I don't know what to tell you to do. Follow your mind. I was gonna say follow your heart, but they don't do nothing.
I mean, well, that is technically
that still be a silent
a short vowel. Yeah, it's a short vowel.
So that would still be a silent Shua.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I just ain't never seen it. I wonder what that word look like. I'm gonna make up one. We make up business words all the time. Why we can't make up people?
Right.
Okay.
All right. So that is your Nikudot chart. So we went over the alphabet. We went over the Nikudot. You take a screenshot of this.
I put the actual thing in there.
Oh, you put the actual chart in the okay.
This for the. This
I
for
do
the
have some. I got some practice words. If anybody want to go over a couple practice words to see how they do at pronunciating things.
What you got?
How do I turn on the screen?
You got your what you call it? You want me to write it up?
I got my board here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Here we go.
I'm gonna let you have a screen. I'm going off screen for a second.
Y'all see that?
Okay.
All right. Pointer. Ain't got one.
Not the whole board though, but we see that when you pointing at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all we need to deal with right now. Go one of them at a time. Who wants to give it a shot?
Who else still got? We still got some people on. Oh, okay, look at that. Hanging in with the big fellas.
We got about we got 3 people. Not including us, of course. Well, we got 3 people.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Okay.
Does anybody know what this word is?
Yep. I give somebody a hint. I'm gonna say it in Hebrew though, so you're gonna have to know this word too. It's a wadi.
Uh-huh. It's a wadi.
But if anybody reads from the scriptures Bible, you should know what a wadi is because it doesn't use the other word. The English word it uses wadi. Moray Azrael, I ain't gonna call you out, but I know you read the scriptures Bible, so you should know what wadi means. I did call you out though. I said I would, but
That's exactly what you did.
Man, you go look. I'm over here. I'm looking at my Nakud sheet real quick. Hold up.
Come on, Moray.
For real. I'm like, hold on. Let me. Hold on. I'm trying to get back to your face because it keeps going to your face.
Oh, hold on. You gotta lock it. Let me shut up.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought I had it on. There we go. Let me see. I've never seen it. Huh?
I said, get that chart out.
I am. I'm looking at it. So
I'm getting me an arm workout. That's for sure. I gotta get a stand or something for this.
Yeah, man. Hey, babe, how much you pay for this?
all right. So how would you pronounce that dialect with those Nakud? Because I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it.
The Zede?
Is that what that is? That a sede? And yeah, how do you pronounce that?
Woo.
Okay.
Sorry about that, y'all. So Zede is the Toda. Zede is your A class vowel. A Zede.
I'm trying to sound this out in my head, and it sounds weird. Hold on.
Just say it, because it probably sounds weird because we speak a whole bunch of English. So
Question, is that a kaf sulfite or a nun sulfite?
a noon, so feet.
Thank you. How do I tell the difference between the two?
Kaf so feet's gonna have more of a top to it. So let's see, that's just right. So noon, that's terrible. Noon, right? And then a kaf. So if you just straighten them out, you get the so feet
Okay, thank you.
and the bar.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's all right. So it's from when I'm reading it, it's red. I don't know how you pronounce both of them together because it's like 2 vowels right there.
Where are you seeing 2 vowels at together?
Is that what the dagesh? What like? How do you pronounce that, or is that just it being like its own thing?
So
Like you just pronounce that one by like kind of by itself.
So the dagesh functions in 2 capacities. It either makes it a hard D sound, or it makes it a double. So it'll be a double D sound. So in this case, it's just making it a hard D sound. So you have day, right? Day. So yard, day, yard day,
Yardain.
yard day, Wadi yard day, the River Jordan,
Okay.
yard day.
Okay. Yeah, that dialect that's what was confusing me. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks for participating.
Yardain, the Jordan River.
Okay. Now,
You almost just said it. Okay, so I'm glad you got that word. Oh, Yafe. So y'all see that diacritic marker above the kof? That is the accent marker, letting you know that this letter is accented. So if there was a CBC and that accent was on that first letter, that would not be a unstressed CBC because of that stress.
I'm glad you put this word here, by the way, too, because I found out this was actually how you said his name after a movie I was watching.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
it's a movie on Netflix, y'all. It's crazy. After you tell everybody what this word is, then you should look it up on Netflix. I think I told Sister Rosaria to check it out on one of her posts.
Which one?
That's the name of the movie?
I'll find the name of the movie and then I'll tell you. But
This word right here that you're going to have to pronounce, Morey Azrael.
Huh?
what just happened?
You spoke up too soon.
Uh-oh. You got
spoke
this,
up
babe?
Hush, babe. You gonna come in here now? You got me all on the spot.
I had to check up on you, you know?
Stand by your ears.
Yeah, that's my personal Hebrew teacher right there.
Already.
She got me set up. I told her, I said I got to start off like a little kid. And we get it.
Dude, that's the best. That's the best mindset to have.
That's
Grown-ups don't think
what I
about
said.
it.
Hey, I'm like, I'm gonna learn better that way.
Yeah.
All right, so you want me to pronounce this word?
yes, and now this is not a diphthong. So, did we go over diphthongs? We did not.
No. So let
Okay.
me ask you a question. I'm glad you said that because that came up in one of the morning calls when we were doing the Hebrew sentence. So the only way that would be a diphthong is if it was the dagesh forte in the yod, correct?
And that yo came.
So without it, it's not a diphthong, and you just pronounce the patak and then the yod as a
and
consonant.
then the came.
I thought so.
Yep.
So like
Tayin.
water is mayim,
Mayan.
not mayim.
Yeah. Mayan.
Okay.
I told them when we was all talking about it in the morning. I said,
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
So
Yeah,
it ain't mine.
it's not Mayan.
No, it's not mayim.
Mayan.
No.
It's not a
Mayan.
it's mayim.
Ma'am. So this is Chaim.
Yeah. Kain. Kai.
Can you guess
Kain.
that word or what it is?
Huh?
Can you guess what that word is?
Run, like moving or running?
What? Kain?
Yeah.
Can I guess? Is it Cain?
Or you said it, or is this a
Cain.
person's
Yes.
name?
Like Cain and Abel.
Like,
Yeah, it
yeah, I
is
was about to say Cain.
It is
Okay.
a proper name.
I was just gonna say man child.
Hey, come eat, boy.
You sound far away. But yeah, that's how you say his name, Gayan. And the way that I found out how you actually said it before doing this Hebrew was when I watched that movie. He never died. And he
Oh.
and they said it on the movie because he ended up being Kane. He was like, "Yeah, you all call me Kane. I'm known as Kane, but it's actually Giant." I was like, "Oh wow, really? They got some knowledge on this. Whoever put the movie together knew how you actually pronounce it."
Ryan.
Yeah, Kane. He was like, "Y'all know me as Kane, but my actual name is Kane." I'm like, "Okay."
Notice he pronounced the pat too.
Yep. He said Kai. It wasn't Kai. Yep. Guy. So check that movie out. I told y'all to check it out, man. Last time.
I know. I started it and
Hey,
then I never.
what movie was it? It's called He Never Died. Oh yeah. I did see that. Yep, He Never
Yeah,
Died.
that movie, wow.
And that movie is crazy, ain't it? Very much so.
Watch it.
I watched it twice. Actually, when I told Rosiah to watch it, I went ahead I forgot I was telling all of y'all, but I brought it up to her during the class, I think, and I went and watched it right after I got done.
Oh wow, man! A movie y'all should check out then too, if you just like that kind of thinking on stuff. It's called The Man from Earth.
The Man from Earth. I'm gonna check it out. See if I can see it when I
It's
get off.
it's like a deep philosophical movie about this guy who kind of basically like his body kind of came to a way to where he's kind of like existed throughout history and time, like basically like not aging.
Is it on Prime, Amazon Prime? The Man from Earth.
It might be on that or Netflix. I'll look to see for sure, but it's a real good movie though. It's a real good movie.
Okay. Best said that. Y'all heard that, Simon? Y'all heard it?
That's it.
Would it
You
be
said The
best
Man
edit?
from Earth, right? The Man. What did you say?
Yeah, The Man from Earth.
The Man from Earth. Okay, I'm writing it down.
Fumble. All right. We on to the next one. What we got else? Who else wants to participate?
Ooh, that's a long word. Can I participate?
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's a bet, okay, or a noon.
That is
Abshalom. Abshalom.
Absalom.
Absalom. Or it's yeah. That's Absalom.
Absalom. Yes. Yes. It's exactly the person that you're thinking about.
Cain.
Yes.
Cain.
Yep.
Absalom. Oh, okay.
Absalom.
That's David's son, right?
Okay.
I see you more Ariel.
With the head full of hair. With the head full of hair. All right. Next word.
By the way, I'm sorry, you all. By the way, the movie is on Amazon Prime. I just put it on my watch list. But go ahead, Moray.
Who wants to get a crack at this one?
We as a people love this.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Damn, I need it. It's worth a lot. That's one thing that'll never drop value.
Yeah, man. Don't seem like it.
What is it? Zahab?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Gold.
I found the gold.
Oh, okay, that's dope. Zahab. I didn't know that. Zahab.
Kesef Wazahab. That's Maurice my song.
Yep.
There go a good example of the defective writing with the cholam.
Okay.
Leave it up to you, Ariel, you always come with the good stuff.
Ooh.
I quote Alicia. Are you still with us? I
I
see you.
am, but
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. No, I mean, did you have any questions? Are you is it making sense, the vowel pointings and how they're being put together with the consonants?
Yes, I'll have to rewatch so I can memorize because I don't have it memorized. I have to have it written
Okay.
down.
Okay. Good. Well, as long as we're not losing it. So
No,
yes, this is
memorize it.
okay. This is an example of defective writing. So that is just a colon without the wow. Who knows this word?
I'm not trying to hog everything up, but
Yeah, you are. no, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Chauffet.
Low.
No.
Low.
What?
Okay.
Chauffet.
Show fate.
Chauffet.
Yes, that is zere, not a sego. A, not it.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I get the sego and the sere. Kind of confused.
Show
Chauffet.
fate. Anybody know what show fate means? Show fate.
No.
Show fate is a judge.
I finna say judge.
Judge. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's where the word mitzpot comes from a judge. Them from a judge, meaning judge.
Oh, okay. One of the things that reminds me, I quote Alicia when you're like reading and stuff, like that middle letter that kind of looks like a upside down G. If it doesn't have the little dot in it, it's a fa. If it does have a dot inside, it's like a p. And it reminds me of like when the dot is inside, it's pregnant. So think of the P word. If it doesn't have the dot in there, it's not pregnant. So it'll be the other one. So it'll be like
He is pregnant.
That's a good example.
dog, think of it, a baby inside of her is pregnant. So it'll be a p.
And I wanna show you something real quick though, Rosalia. You know, I ain't trying to pick on you.
Okay.
But the word he just brought out. Do me a favor. Do any one of you all have the scriptures? Matter of fact, do any one of you all have YouVersion app on your phone? The YouVersion app?
I got the Scriptures Bible hard copy right here.
Okay.
I have Safaria.
That's not gonna work. Okay. So I'll just say this then. If you had the scripture tells you the Hebrew word of the Bible chapters, you know, like Judges, all that other stuff. Now, if you look at Judges,
Shoftim,
Shofetim, and it has a PH, like he was saying earlier. So the P with the hard P will be the dot, but when it's without a dot, it's like a really soft, breathy P. Chapet. You know, I know they teach us that it's an F, but it's more so like a
PH.
Yes, and that's why they spelt it. They transliterated it as Shophetim for Shophetim. Shophetim. See, I'm saying a P really soft. Shophetim instead of Shophetim.
Okay. Well, like normally in English, a PH, wouldn't that be like
In English.
Yeah, in English it makes like an F sound, right? But it'll be a I don't know.
It's like the best example that we got is what Ariel brings out with Bob.
Bob.
So in the right and in the case with the pay, so all right, so a good example, like you said, so with pregnant, right? So that's a hard P. So you're still gonna say a P, but instead of saying a P all plosive, You see how hard those P's are? Pop, pop, pop.
Pop.
Pa-cham, and everybody gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But it's a real soft P. So it's like a vibrating P. So
Would phantom be an example? But to me, it just sounds like an F.
right, because we've been trained on that's being the F. But it's really just a soft P, a fricative P. So you remember what fricative means? So it's like when your lips vibrate. So like with the bait, you know, instead of it being B is. So you get some vibration there, and it's the same with the pay. It's just
okay.
Right. That's why I was saying it's the same example with the Bob. Like if you're yelling, like he says, when you yell Bob down the street, you're only really hearing the first B. The second B is very light because all it's doing is your lips. Like Bob. Look, you didn't hear my second B. Bob.
Yeah.
Because my lips just touched. That's the same thing with the pay. The pay is a hard P when a doggish, but when it's not a doggish in there, it's just really soft. Like you said.
Yeah. You glossing over it basically. It's like it's there, but it ain't really. It's kind of like not there. So yeah. You know,
okay, Kenny. I like that Bob example.
That's the best example. Yeah, when he brought that out, and I think he said did you come up with that or somebody else? You got that from another team?
I can't think of the Morris name now. Mitzayim.
That was a great example though. That's it right there.
By far the best I've heard.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what else we got up here. Oh, this is good. I like this one here.
Yeah. Look at giving it away. My mic was muted. Did nobody hear me?
I did.
Everybody heard you. Yes.
I didn't finish it though.
Anybody know what this is?
It's the land, right?
It is the land.
What is the name of that land?
Canaan.
Now how that's spelled?
Canaan.
Canaan. Cain.
So it will be the land of Canaan, but it's Canaan.
Cain.
Oh, okay.
See, remember that English has messed everything up. Just like with the word Nehemiah. It's not how you say Nehemiah.
Like, how'd you get Nehemiah out of that?
in the Hebrew is Nehemiah.
What, really?
Yes, Cain.
Oh.
That's
Can
why.
you write it down?
Can I write it down? You said?
Can or Ariel put it on the board? I've never really noticed that.
Yeah, it's not. In English does. I don't know why they do that. Like, but that's really not how some of these words. Like Noah. Noah is Noah.
Okay.
With a chet at the end.
No.
Same thing with Nehemiah. Nehemiah it has a chet.
And I think it's really Noach.
Noach. Oh yeah. My bad. Oh, I forgot. I didn't know it was a patak underneath that. A patak.
I got the patak under the cat.
Yeah. So Noah is not Noah, but it's Noach. So it's really good to go back to the Hebrew on a lot of these things. After these last couple, like almost 10. It's probably 11 over, almost 11 over there with you all.
You know, somebody it's 9:50. Where we at?
I was 9:50 here too.
Yeah, RDL is pushing wee hours.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
Give me just a moment, y'all. There she. Yeah.
So yeah, so for those that's watching this right now, because this will be on YouTube, this is all that we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the original like vocalization of these words and with the vowel points and things like that, and even bringing stuff out like this. Like when he brought out Gayan for Cain. We call him Cain, but it's not Gayan. Gayan.
Gang.
Gayan. And just like this, like he just brought out with the Canaan instead of Canaan, it wouldn't be Canaan. I forgot what it is. I think it's like what was it? Canaan.
Canaan.
Canaan. Because you got the iron right there too. So Canaan, something like that. But and then there's Nehemiah. Next guy. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm sticking to Hebrew, y'all. I'm done. They changing everything. So
Yeah, I'm getting it. Somebody get it already.
Steven Seagal. Y'all ever notice that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
What?
Now, let me see. I'm not sure what the pointings is on it. Let me find out real quick. Like,
The vowel points?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it has Nechem. I got a shawah underneath the mem. And I think let me go. I got you. Give me about 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. There we go. So it would be, oh wow, they didn't even show it. Oh, there it is. So you have the shawah underneath the noon.
Uh-huh.
You have a sagal underneath the chet. You have another shawah underneath the mem. And you have a chametz underneath the yod.
All right.
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Yeah.
Now Nehemiah.
They don't sound nothing like Nehemiah, do it?
What does that mean?
I know, right? Nechem. I wonder what is Nechem. But I wonder, is that the same word as Nahum?
Yeah, so what would be the root of this word?
I'm guessing the noon chet mem, maybe.
Let's
Let me
see what that is then.
I'll check it out right now.
I was finna go Palim right quick.
Hey, whoever get it first, get it first.
Now let me
So
know.
that means to console.
To console. Okay.
Nechem, to console.
Huh. So what's synonymous with console? What's some other words?
No, because it can also mean regret, depending on.
I done got a different name, man. Mine say Yah comforts.
Yeah, that's what I was finna say. Because
consoles.
To comfort or console.
Yeah.
That's what it pull up as on the PLM.
Huh. Now why did these folks name him that?
I gotta go back into the story. We always name according to something that took place.
Yeah, man.
Hey, what we just reading in the hymn, y'all? Ariel, me, you, and Dr. Deborah.
Yeah, we sure was. Was we?
Yep, we read the first and went into the second chapter.
Yeah, sure did.
You should have been paying attention.
Uh-huh. I wonder if it was even given right then. It normally is, the story is normally given at the beginning.
Right.
On why.
You know what's crazy? I'm sitting up here still trying to figure out why they got Nehemiah. And it makes me see if you look at your writing that you got, they're pronouncing the Shoah, kind of.
As a
Nehemiah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Nehemiah.
yeah.
Instead of an H, you know, if you put the head there, it's like they pronouncing the mem with the Shoah underneath it.
Now, is
Nehemiah.
that an actual? Is that an actual form? Like, so say if they were saying, I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, I ain't about trying to figure out why they did
That
that.
was a fleeting thought.
But anyway, everyone, if you don't have any extra words to bring out, I think this would be a good moment to close.
I do got this Dagesh Forte up here though.
Oh yeah, that might be a good one for the newbies. The newbies.
This too is a proper name.
Oh, I know this name. And it's a Dagesh Forte? I did not know that.
Okay.
That brings it out a little bit for me. I'm actually in this book right now, doing a lesson with someone in this book.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, would it be pronounced Eyob?
Okay. They head out.
I don't know who that translates to. I'm having a blank.
So when they usually when they do a bad transliteration, what do they normally transliterate the yod as? Not a Y, but a what?
A valve.
No, the yod. So when they transliterate the yod into English, what do they normally make it?
Why?
A Y.
Oh,
Not a
no,
Y.
no. I. I.
No. maybe in Old English.
Okay.
So think of Jehovah.
What happened to the man that immediately?
What
Oh, yeah. J.
J.
Oh, J.
J. So
Duh.
now think of this word again.
Job?
Job.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, you know, I've never
Wow.
seen his name spelled in Hebrew. I knew it was Job, but I never knew it was spelled like that.
Job. Yeah. I thought that the Aleph wasn't even, there. Job.
They got that in the scriptures, but check this out too, Rosiah. You see how, you don't have the scriptures in front of you, but they spell it with a B. And in this bet that he has right here, it doesn't have a dot.
Right, don't got a Dagesh in it. Wow.
And they still spell it with a B. They
didn't spell it Jove.
So how would you say this? Because it does not have a dagesh. Job.
Yo.
With a B.
Yo.
Just a
But by
softer
their
B.
rule of thumb, it should be with a V.
Yep, by that rule of thumb. And they said by English, they should spell it with a V. Jove instead.
Oh, right, because they use vowels.
Down by Jovi.
So we're just showing some inconsistencies here, and we're trying to make sure we stay consistent. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So what I was just wanting to explain here, is that this. Oh, I'm pointing at my phone like y'all can see what I'm pointing at. All right. So this Dagesh is functioning as a Dagesh Forte, which simply means it's doubling. So it makes this yod like there's two yods. So you have essentially just a moment. So this is what you technically have. So
Okay.
now, what we have here is, well, that don't want to write no more. But this right here, with this is a diphthong. Well, we'll get into those. This is a hidikyoed, which makes a long E sound. Did we do this hidikyoed for the vowels? That should have came up in the regular vowels, huh?
Kane, it did.
Okay, so yeah, hidikyoed. And you have a yo just functioning as a consonant. Man, I need some markers. Yo functioning
I'll
as a,
send you the link too for that.
okay, told that. This yo is functioning as a consonant now, so it's making the yes sound. So yo, yo. That's what we have here, yo. Cool beans. This is another dog-ish. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Mamalot.
Mamaleo.
Oh, because the Dagesh Forte
Yeah,
came.
dog forte.
Mamaleo.
Yeah, mamaleo. I'm not sure what this means, y'all. Somebody tell me.
Okay, let me guess. No, wait. Let me not guess. It's something that's
So,
feminine. Whatever it is, it's feminine plural.
okay, unless it's one of your regular choice,
Unless
but
I was just finna say, unless it's like Abo.
I think this is from.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what would that be,
this
Mala?
be?
Would that be Mala?
Maybe. Well, would Malad. So what's the rule with the aleph? Is there one with the aleph at the end? Oh man, see, I gotta figure out what
Not
this
the
is now.
Aleph, just with the hate.
Okay.
Y'all going too advanced on this.
Like to pick
So I
stuff
thought
apart.
so that's full. So that would be like from fullness or something like that. What would that be?
Maybe fullness is up. Let's see.
Oh, it's a PL, so it's like to feel.
To feel.
So let me see if it's mamelo. Yeah. So that's feminine plural. Yeah, I knew. So feel like I feel or we feel we feel like present tense participle form.
Feels. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, word. Feels.
Mamelo.
Mamalo.
Mamaleot.
So again, gotta double input. There's some extra rules we'll get into later. Anybody got any questions? Anything you want me to go over? Sister, you hung in there tight with us tonight. That's what's up. That shows some real dedication.
Okay.
We be long-winded. We be long-winded sometimes. We love this stuff. So
So all praises. Thank you.
and the water. Well, I don't have nothing else. I got these words up here. I don't know if they just
Yeah, I'm
put
finna say
words, so
somebody screenshot it. Let me
get rid of
I
this
did
text.
have a question because whenever Azrael was reading that very first word, I thought that was a Dalet forte, no, a Dagesh, not a forte. How would you distinguish whether it's a forte or a Dagesh?
Lenny.
Yeah, because they're both Dagesh.
Oh,
So Dagesh Forte is the doubling. Dagesh Lene is the hard pronunciation. So
okay,
how
now,
you determine?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, how you determine the two is based upon what's preceding it.
okay.
Well, there's a couple of rules. Usually, Dagesh Lene is at the beginning of a word. And the reason why is because a Dagesh Lene cannot come after a vowel,
Okay, Kane.
including a shewa.
including a shell.
All right.
Now, oh yeah, so in this one, this dagesh is at the beginning of a syllable. So you have yatter and then dane. It's not yatter a dane. You know, it's not two D's there. Any other questions? Can y'all hear us? Okay.
Lord.
No more.
No more. Ani Sababa.
I need some of our gap. Gap.
Toda for all the participants that hung in there. Y'all done stuck to the finish line. We took you all the way to the rope too. All the way to the finish.
Thank you so much.
Okay, hallelujah,
Yeah.
hallelujah. And our aim was
So,
to really make sure we all got this, you know, by any means necessary, whatever we have to do, you know, because we're not doing this for financial gain or status gain, but it's more so just making sure we all can speak our language so we can really be calling ourselves Hebrews that speak Hebrew,
Yeah.
not English Israelites.
I had to jump in and say that. Yeah.
So any other Maureen have any closing statements? Ariel, Maureen, Shema.
I just appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Spaces that we ask that you all continue to do so, and we're all going to keep growing and learning and practice these rules that's being taught by these really good Maureen. And let's go forward. We got. I want a year from now, all our vocabularies to be, you know, up there a little bit, you know,
Dang.
so we can start speaking like I don't know how to say, like how you say Spanglish. I don't know what
Spanglish,
word
right.
you use for Hebrew.
Hanglish.
Hanglish. No, it had to be like English or something. English.
Right. English.
But yeah, so that's the goal, man, and I look forward to continue this journey with all of you. And that's all I have.
Hallelujah.
Choach le'anashim. Shalom aleichem. Leila tov. Yevrecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Lala Tov, which means good night, family.
Yeah. I'm sure the sister was like, well, what did he just say? So, Koach le'anashim, that means power to the people. Shalom aleichem, peace be upon you all. Leila tov, of course, means good night.
Lala Tov.
Leila tov.
Leila
Leitrot.
Koach le'anashim.
Koach le'anashim.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.